Hey guys, HUAWEI here, and a few weeks back I went to China to check out the new Pura70 series. Specifically, I got to try out the Pura70 Pro and I was very impressed by the capabilities of Huawei's new flagship smartphone, especially the camera. But aside from the Pura70 Pro, one phone really caught my attention. The top spec Pura70 Ultra. While I did have a day to try it out, that phone was an engineering unit. In fact, we were told there will be more improvements coming to the phone. Now, the Pura70 series is finally here in the Philippines and it's already on sale, well, at least pre-selling at the time we recorded this video. We finally got our hands on the Pura70 Ultra. But the question remains, is it worth getting over the Pura70 Pro? The mid-spec Pura70 Pro is already impressive, but there are some major differences between that phone and this one, especially in terms of the camera, which we'll talk about this video. So, roll that OBB. Let's get started on the Pura70 Ultra review video. Okay, so I did notice some comments in our previous video that someone said, bakit daw ang arte ng pronunciation ko of Pura? Well, Huawei did tell us it is supposed to be called as Pura, but then I guess Pura is also okay, I don't know. Now, let's get on with this video. And in terms of design, the Pura70 Ultra adopts Huawei's new design language for their flagship smartphone. And as you would expect, it features a similar design with the Pura70 Pro we tried. It features the revised camera island with a triangle design with a somewhat Mickey Mouse inspired design. The only telltale difference between the Pro and the Ultra would be this X-Mage notch here or logo at the bottom. Essentially, it looks the same, right? But if you look closely, you'll notice that it differs from the Pro. Specifically, the main camera isn't at the top. Instead, it's here in the middle, and there's a good reason for it. The main lens extends when you open up the camera and features a red ring around it. With that, you can already see there's a lot more in store when it comes to the camera of this phone, which we'll talk about more later on. The rest of the back panel is a bit different too. The Pura70 Ultra doesn't have a full glass panel like the other phones in the Pura70 series. Instead, it features a rather leather back design with starry design patterns. Now, included in the phone is also a plastic case. But it's not any jelly case that we're used to. Instead, it features a design that matches the color of your Huawei Pura70 Ultra. Now, this design doesn't have the starry design as the back panel, but it has the new Pura or P monogram. It actually looks really nice. And with that, you don't really need to hide the nice back panel styling of the phone. But that aside from the back panel and the camera layout, the rest of the phone remains effectively the same. The frame's still made of aluminum, which feels very sturdy, but it's not the most smudge resistant. Meanwhile, the volume rockers and the power button are on the right side, while the left side of the phone remains clean. At the bottom, you'll find a USB-C port, a loudspeaker, and dual SIM card slot. At the top, you'll find the other loudspeaker along with a secondary microphone. Overall, I like the design of the Pura70 Ultra. It feels really nice to hold, but despite the weight of the phone, you do get a really flagship appeal. Now, open up the Pura70 Ultra and you're greeted by a 6.8-inch screen. The screen uses an LTPO OLED display with an adaptive 120Hz refresh rate. If those figures sound familiar, that's because it's the same one used in the Pura70 Pro. And like the Pura70 Pro, the display of the Pura70 Ultra is also great. Whether it's YouTube or Netflix, you can really enjoy watching content on this phone. The colors are quite vivid and users can adjust the color settings to their liking in the settings. Not to mention, it's really bright too, making the phone easy to use under the sun. It features a maximum of 2,500 nits peak brightness. Now, after using it here in Manila, you can clearly see everything on the screen, whether you're outside, despite the hot and bright summer days we've been having. And there's no need to worry about dropping it too, since it is protected by crystal armor Kunlun glass, which is very tough, as you can see from Miguel's video. With the 120Hz refresh rate, gamers will enjoy playing on this phone. There's smooth animation all around, but we'll talk about gaming later on. In terms of audio, the Pura70 Ultra comes with dual stereo speakers, which sound great. In comparison to the Pura70 Pro I tried in China, they do sound a bit the same, which suggests Huawei used the same system, just like with their display. You get decent soundstage with a nice bass, and the mids are clear too, making it great as a portable speaker, especially if you're just gonna watch videos. More importantly, you will be able to fully immerse yourselves while watching your favorite shows on this phone. Now, let's move on to the biggest difference between the Pura70 Pro and the Ultra, the camera. The rear camera on the Pura70 Pro is easily one of the best on the smartphone market today. I mean, it did just top DxOMark's camera test. In terms of specs, the Pura70 Ultra features a 50-megapixel pop-out main shooter with a 1-inch sensor with sensor shift OIS, a 50-megapixel macro telephoto camera, and a 40-megapixel ultra-wide. The results of the photos, well, they kind of speak for themselves. You get really sharp images all around, whether you're zoomed in or out. This allows the users to capture whatever kind of subject they want. Together with XMage, there's also the phone's AI algorithm, which does a great job of improving low light along with the 1-inch sensor. There are various shooting modes users can play with too, but I personally left it at standard photo mode because it's already that good. I mean, just don't forget to turn on AI when you're shooting. Users can even take advantage of Huawei's XMage system to make the photos somewhat more vivid or, make it black and white, simulating a pro camera output. The results? Well, this means you get nice images in all lighting conditions, even at night or low light. You can easily capture amazing photos like the one you're seeing on the screen right now. With a telephoto, you can zoom up to 100 times, although as you would expect, it is a bit blurred at 100x. But the zoom is amazing, even up to 25x zoom. Beyond that, the sharpness and details do start falling off a bit, and you'll notice the AI algorithm working just to improve it a bit. It works great even at night, which is not something you see often, because usually when you zoom in at night, you just see green and you lose a lot of details. Now, speaking of AI algorithm, Huawei told us the camera on the Pura70 Ultra can capture subjects moving at high speeds, and it will still come out sharp. Here in Manila, I tried it out with my car on the dyno as the wheels were spinning, and as for the results, I'll let you be the judge. Mind you, this is a dyno, so car was probably doing 130, 140 kilometers per hour, while the wheels were spinning at 130 kilometers per hour. For those who like taking selfies, the front camera uses a 13 megapixel front shooter. It's nice and clean, and you get sharp images, especially when there's decent lighting. Now, moving on to video, users can record up to 4K at 60 FPS, and you get similar results when you're taking photos. The stabilization only works at 1080p at 60 FPS max, but there seems to be some kind of stabilization function happening even at 4K. With that, you can be sure to capture some really nice video footage, whether it's for a vlog or something a bit more cinematic. For reference, you can check out some of the photos and videos we were able to capture using the Huawei Pura70 Ultra right here. And as you can expect, we really enjoyed our time with this phone. So you might be wondering, how does the Pura70 Ultra perform? Under the hood, it runs Huawei's own Kirin 9010 chipset. Our unit comes with 16GB of RAM and with 1TB of storage, which is a lot. However, there is a 512GB variant available if you don't need 1TB of space. In terms of real-world use, it can easily handle your everyday tasks, which includes browsing social media, surfing the net, and even watching videos on YouTube or Netflix. Even with multiple apps running in the background, you don't find this phone slowing down anytime soon. And as expected, it also runs games without any issues. Playing light games such as Mobile Legends or Asphalt 9 is a breeze for the Pura70 Ultra. It's a similar story when playing more graphic-intensive titles like Genshin Impact. I managed to max out the graphic settings on this phone, and even at 60 FPS, I did not experience any frame rate drops or slowing down whatsoever. That being said, I did notice the phone slightly heat up when I was playing Genshin Impact on max graphic settings, but it's not as hot as other phones I've tried. It just feels a bit warmer, and more importantly, it did not affect my gameplay at all. But for those of you who want to check out the benchmark scores, you can check it out right here. It's not the highest, but real-world use, it's still pretty decent. If there's one reason people might not be considering switching to the new Pura70 Ultra or at least the Pura70 series, it's probably because of the OS. Like the rest of the Pura70 series, the 70 Ultra runs on EMUI 14.2. It is a decent OS which simulates Android quite well. In fact, it even comes with a lot of bloatware, which is similar to most Android smartphones nowadays. But that aside, the main issue is the lack of Google support. Previously, you'd have to download Gbox and run most of the apps through there. However, the Huawei app gallery has been significantly improved, and you can already download most of the apps you'll be using from the app gallery itself. These include Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and even several Google apps such as Gmail, Maps, and Drives. I did encounter some issue with Gmail and Drive loading the files, but they worked after a while. As a result, it's now easier than ever to use a Huawei smartphone. However, some apps still require the use of Gbox, such as Genshin Impact, for example. But aside from the bloatware, EMUI was great to use. They even have some air gesture functions, which you can really take advantage of. In terms of battery, the Huawei Pura70 Ultra uses a 5200 mAh battery pack. Despite being only slightly larger than usual, the battery does last an entire day, even when you're out shooting content. For reference, I still had around 40% battery left despite shooting the whole day at the dyno and at the same time using it to listen to music and watch videos to pass time. If a friend of yours needs to charge their phone, you can even turn on reverse wireless charging or use the Pura70 Ultra as a charger by simply plugging in a USB-C cable. To give you a better idea, using PCMark's Work 3.0 battery test, we were able to log 15 hours and 33 minutes, which is a relatively decent score. It's not as great as other flagships with 5000 mAh battery packs, but at least you do have fast charging. You get 100 watt wired fast charging when you use the supplied power cable and brick. It's also worth mentioning that the power brick that comes with the Pura70 Ultra has both a USB-C and a USB-A port. However, it doesn't seem to be capable of utilizing both at the same time since the spacing is a bit too tight. Interestingly, there is no 5G connectivity for this phone in the Philippines and probably other countries, and as a result, users will be limited to just 4G LTE. When I was in China, the Pura70 Pro did have 5G when I used a local China SIM, but that doesn't seem to be the case here in the Philippines. It is a shame though, since this is a flagship model but doesn't have 5G, which might deter some users. Other connectivity features are standard though, which includes Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.2, GPS, and NFC to name a few. Overall, the HUAWEI Pura70 Ultra is a great phone, especially if you love capturing content like I do, whether it be through the photos or videos with its very impressive camera setup. It's especially perfect if you're a vlogger, content creator, or just someone who likes to take photos and videos. When you're not capturing content, you can use the phone to play your favorite games, watch videos, or surf the net without having to worry about lags or slowing downs. Not to mention, it looks great too, and it has a decent battery life with fast charging capabilities. The only downside of this is you're limited to 4G LTE. At the same time, there's still the issue of the lack of native Google support. This means some apps will still have to be run through Gbox, or users will have to find a similar APK on the net. And with the price tag starting at 79,999 pesos for the 16GB plus 512GB variant, it is an expensive phone, especially for a phone that does not have Google or 5G connectivity. This effectively makes it more of a camera that acts as a smartphone instead of the other way around. But if you don't mind the downside of this phone, then you really won't be disappointed. Well, that's what we think, but what do you think of the HUAWEI Pura70 Ultra? Out of the 3 models in the Pura70 series, would it be your choice? Whatever the case, share your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you enjoyed this video or found it informative, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to our channel to watch more. Also, don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. And of course, visit yugatech.com to stay updated with the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this has been Jose, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.